Imagine standing in front of a massive, ancient vault. The lock requires a specific geometric frequency to open. You look at your wrist and you see the counter ticking. Seconds, minutes, hours, days. You have been taught that this is just how the universe measures existence. But let me ask you a question that will shatter your perception of reality. Who decided that a week must have exactly 7 days? Why does every single civilization across the globe, separated by oceans, languages, and thousands of years of bloody history, bow down to the exact same 7-day cycle? Nature doesn't work in sevens. The moon takes 29.5 days to orbit the Earth. The year takes 365 days. The seasons blend into 4. Nothing in the biological, astronomical, or physical world dictates a 7-day prison. Yet, you are trapped in it. Every alarm clock, every corporate shift, every economic cycle revolves around this invisible rhythm. What if I told you that the 7-day week is not a calendar? What if it is an ancient, artificial frequency broadcasted into our consciousness to lock humanity inside a continuous, unbreakable time loop? Welcome to the Chronos Code. To understand how deep this simulation goes, we must travel back to the cradle of civilization, ancient Mesopotamia. Thousands of years ago, the Babylonians suddenly, out of absolute nowhere, instituted the 7-day structure. They claimed they were honoring the 7 celestial bodies they saw in the sky. But modern quantum archaeology has recently uncovered tablets that tell a much darker story. The tablets speak of the 7 Wardens, entities or forces that did not belong to this world. These Wardens didn't conquer humanity with swords or fire. They conquered us with an equation. By dividing human life into a rigid 7-day repeating cycle, they managed to do something that physics deems impossible. They trapped human consciousness inside a closed chronological circuit. Think about the psychological design of your week. It is a masterpiece of modern matrix engineering. You spend 5 days in a state of high cortisol, anxiety, and survival, producing energy, labor, and economic value for a system you do not own. Then, you are given 2 days of rest, a brief window to consume, distract your mind, and numb the exhaustion. And just as your consciousness begins to wake up, just as you start to question the reality around you, the clock strikes Sunday night. The loop resets. The anxiety returns. You are pulled back into the starting gate. This is not social organization. This is a perpetual energy harvest. In esoteric science, this is known as a archontic looping mechanism, a machine that ensures humanity never stays conscious long enough to realize they are living inside a giant, invisible battery.
But the conspiracy goes much deeper than corporate slavery. It reaches into the very fabric of space-time and geometry. Why 7? In mathematics, 7 is a lonely number. It is a prime number that cannot be divided neatly into any other. You cannot create a perfect geometric shape using 7 sides without leaving an awkward, fractional error. It is a number of restriction, a mathematical boundary. When the architects of our reality laid down the grid of space-time, they used the frequency of 7 as an electromagnetic fence. If you look at the human brain under advanced neurological imaging, our subconscious mind operates on specific wave frequencies. By locking our global behavior into a 7-day cycle, the architects synchronized the brainwaves of 8 billion people into one massive, collective resonance. When 8 billion minds all experience stress on Monday and relief on Friday, it creates a massive, predictable tide of emotional energy. And in the hidden corners of quantum physics, we know that collective human emotion alters physical matter. We are literally shaping the matrix with our forced collective exhaustion. Now, let us look at the ultimate proof, the modern elite and the global financial systems. Have you ever wondered why the world's stock markets, central banks, and global trade centers all shut down on the exact same days? It doesn't matter if the country is Christian, Muslim, Jewish, or secular. The global machine halts on the weekend. Why would a ruthless, multi-trillion-dollar capitalist empire that thrives on constant production willingly stop making money for 2 days every single week? Because the financial system is not running the world. The financial system is merely a subroutine of the Chronos Code. The elite do not care about losing 2 days of profit, because those 2 days are when the collective human battery is allowed to cool down just enough so it doesn't explode. If the system forced humanity to work non-stop without the illusion of the weekend, the human spirit would rebel, the consciousness would fracture, and the illusion of the Matrix would shatter within a month. The weekend is not a reward. It is the maintenance cycle for the human machine. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once wrote that a man is a slave, not because he wears chains, but because his mind belongs to another. If your time is dictated by an artificial code, then your destiny is not your own. You are living a life that has been pre-rendered, pre-programmed, and boxed into a repeating loop of 52 weeks a year, over and over, until your biological battery runs dry. The most terrifying part of the Chronos Code is that it has successfully made us love our prison. We celebrate Friday, we dread Monday, and we completely forget to look at the sky and realize that time is an infinite, non-linear ocean. We are cosmic beings capable of perceiving dimensions beyond space and time, yet we have been reduced to counting down the hours until the next shift ends. So, how do we break the code? How does an individual escape a chronological prison that has been running for 6,000 years? The answer lies in the gaps. The architects built a perfect loop, but every machine has a glitch. The glitch occurs in the moments of absolute presence. When you break your routine, when you consciously choose to disconnect from the collective rhythm, you create a tear in the fabric of the code. The moment you stop living for the weekend and start existing in a state of perpetual, non-linear focus, the Matrix loses its grip on your energy. You stop being a component of the machine, and you become the programmer. The next time you look at the calendar, or the next time you feel that heavy, unexplainable weight in your chest on a Sunday evening, remember this truth. You are not tired because you worked hard. You are tired because your consciousness is fighting against an invisible, mathematical cage. The clock is ticking, but the time it tells is a lie. The Wardens are watching, the loop is spinning, and the only question left is, will you continue to march to their rhythm, or will you step out of the cycle and finally wake up?